Quiet action.
Again and again and again and again, 40 million times again.
All right, folks, and joining us now is Juliana Taimoorazy, president of the Iraqi Christian Relief Council, fellow at the Philos Project and IraqiChristianRelief.org, and she is the executive producer of what you just saw there, apart from her new documentary, Sing a Little Louder, which compares how some of the German Christians ignored the Nazi persecution of Jews during World War II, much like today's Christian church has ignored the suffering of Christians in the Middle East. Always great to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And you're
on.
doing such important work. Explain what we were seeing there in that video.
Well, the poor boy who ran out of the church because he was surprised that his church was singing loud to drown out the cries of those poor people on the trains. And that is exactly how some Christians feel, but most Christians, unfortunately, are singing just like that pastor was singing in that church. And this is why I'm here. I'm here to shed light on that. I want to remind people that let us not stand. As we say never again, let us really walk the walk. If we say never again, there is a real genocide that is unfolding in front of our eyes. So what is it that forces us to remain silent?
Well, and never again usually is a cry from Jews, and I think Jews mean it. I don't understand why Christians haven't been outraged and haven't been more vocal, and the church hasn't been more vocal against what's happening to Christians.
And I have to tell you, my Jewish friends all on a united front say, where are your Christian brothers and sisters? If this was happening to a Jewish population, we would be up in arms, and it is true, and I get embarrassed when I hear that. Christians don't want to become viewed as Islamophobes. Some Christians don't really believe that the ancient Christian community in the Middle East is really Christian because they're not saved again, if you will. The others just don't know what to do with it because it's so monumental that they think if they close their eyes, close their ears, it's going to go away, and it's not going to go away.
But it's also a media problem because
Yes.
if this were somehow Christians against Muslims, oh my God! I mean, it would be
absolutely.
wall to wall. The president would be out there, but it just seems almost acceptable to the media, and to groups in this country. Women's groups, for instance. You and I were talking before about all the women who are being sold every day and nobody says anything.
Exactly. Children are being sold in sex slavery. Women are being raped. I'm going to give you an example, and forgive me for using this example, but there are women who are being raped every day, and they're being sent to these pseudo hospitals to be made virginized again, to be raped again. This is a human tragedy. This is a tragedy against women. And why are these children advocates silent? And I really believe because they don't want to be viewed as Islamophobes. And that is what seals our mouths. But through this movie, Sing a Little Louder, which you can view a trailer of it on singloudermovie.com. It was released yesterday.
Singloudermovie.com.
Singloudermovie.com. Former Congressman Wolf of Virginia is a beacon of light for religious freedom. He's endorsed this movie. Please bring it to your churches, bring it to your synagogues. Let us wake America up.
Yeah, no, and he was a great advocate for the same thing while he was in the Congress. So Americans, you would urge Americans, because I think we're beyond trying to get our government to do anything. I think our president, in my opinion, I'm not putting words in your mouth, is hopeless. He's not going to change. He calls himself a devout Christian, but he's been silent, and he's not going to change in his final year. This is who he is. For whatever reason, this is who he is. So how could Americans be proactive and try to get something done?
Thank you for bringing that up. Please go to IraqiChristianRelief.org, IraqiChristianRelief.org. There you can get involved. You can donate. The first part, I'm a religious person. I believe in prayer. Second, please give. The human tragedy that is unfolding in front of our eyes. Kids are not being educated. It only costs $8 a month, and families don't even have the $8 to give to educate their kids. There are 3,000 cooling units that are necessary. Summer is hot in Iraq. 3,000, and each is $200. Steve, here in America, on average, the cost for a dinner is $100, $150, $200, right? So let's give to save a family. The second is political involvement. 2016 is approaching. Please let your candidates know that this is a concern of yours. And if they're not going to be pro-life in this format, if they're not going to be beacons of religious freedom, you're not going to vote for them. That's very critical. And also, spread the word. Talk to your friends, talk to your family members. Bring us in to present the human aspect of this.
And of course, ISIS is a whole other issue which complicates this even more.
Yes.
If they're not being stopped, if they're allowed to remain, to win and they're unfettered in their actions, it just makes it worse. Sing a little louder. And Julian, always great to see you. Thank you so much for coming. And you're a great spokesperson for the cause. You really are.
And you, thank you. Thank you for always staying
You're welcome.
with us.
It's common sense to me anyway.
Thanks.
Up next, folks, watchdog reporter for the Washington Examiner, Sarah Westwood. Don't go away.